Yo, what up YouTube? So before we get into anything with the guide, I kind of want to show you guys controls and the targeting. So I like using standard ground target and to always show ground target. What this means is this little circle is always on my screen, and wherever I'm facing, the center of circular abilities will always be where this circle is. So you can pretty much preemptively do stuff without having to toggle your ability circle. So pretty much what that is with Skadi's 2, I put it on instant cast, and basically I follow people around with the circle. So that way if somebody's running at me and they're trying to initiate a fight, I'm following it. And then I'm going to 2 instantly. Put the default on. You see how the center of the circle is where my targeter is? Onto the actual guide. Let's start off with Skadi's passive. It's a lot. It's a pretty good one. Kaldir has 2 forms, Beast and Elemental. While in Beast form, he can attack enemies and be attacked. While Elemental, he is immune to attacks and gains 1 HP every 5 seconds. He can be controlled with Rune of the Hunt, but will revert into Elemental form if he loses all HP. Skadi also gains 10% physical power when Kaldir has no HP. Just super good passive. It's really good for trades, and the dog is just, it's really good. It's considered a pet. Hit points 5, attack speed 50% of Skadi's, move speed 110% of Skadi's. Lane minions 1 HP every 5 hits, and then other sources of damage 1 HP loss from any attack or ability. Okay, onto the 1. Skadi throws an icy spear forward, dealing damage to enemies and slowing them for 3 seconds. Kaldir's basic attacks deal double damage to targets afflicted by piercing cold. I feel like most people don't know this, but it's really important to hit your 1 on Skadi, because the dog will do a crap ton of damage. Okay, so the damage scales up, the slow scales up. The cooldown doesn't though, but the cost. Anyways, let's look at the 2. Right now it's doing 57 damage just off of the basic damage. When you hit him with the 1, it goes up to 114. Really strong ability. That's pretty much all that you need to know about it. It slows and it also buffs your dog. Okay, onto the 2. This is going to be a pretty long ability basically. Toggle, Skadi marks an enemy for Kaldir to hunt. While toggled on, Kaldir assumes beast form, chasing and attacking marked enemy. If a marked enemy dies, Kaldir attacks other nearby enemies. When toggled off, Kaldir stops attacking and returns to Skadi, reverting to his elemental form on the way. This ability can be activated at rank 0, and Kaldir gains new skills as it ranks up. So pretty much at rank 1, you should pretty much get this at level 3. But anyways, we'll talk about that when leveling, but just to get you guys a gist of the ability itself. At rank 1, Kaldir gains a dash attack dealing % basic attack damage. Really strong. It's a really good ability to get at level 3, but before rank 1, the dog doesn't dash. So the dog doesn't do that little dash, just so you guys know. At rank 3, Kaldir kills heal him, and at rank 5, Kaldir basic attacks give Skadi 10% increased move speed. Super strong. And onto her 3, another really disgusting ability. I hate this ability in the game. Skadi freezes the ground for 5 seconds at a target location. The icy area deals damage to enemies that touch it and continue to deal damage every 0.5 seconds they stay on it. Gods who step on the ice area are slowed and lose control of their movement while sliding across. Also, Skadi's movement speed increases while standing on the area and persists for 3 seconds after it fades or she leaves. So it does initial damage, it has a tick, it gives you a movement speed buff, it slows, and it has a big radius. This ability is so annoying to deal with. Pretty much wherever the enemy is walking, they can be back strafing, side strafing, going forward. Whatever direction they're going, they're going to slide. So you can put this into a wall, and people can slide into it, and then they'll slide off of it on an angle, depending on how they hit the wall, and stuff like that. But super important thing to note, the 3 will refresh if you walk over it. and it doesn't go away if you continue to stand on it. The timer won't start until you step off. So pretty important thing to know. If you're up against a assassin who has to get close to hit you, you drop this on you, they slide this way, and then you hit them and back strafe, and you just kited them, and they couldn't do anything. On to her ult. A snowstorm surrounds Skadi as she chooses a location for Kaldir to attack. If Kaldir is too far, he will leap there. Upon reaching the location, a snowstorm also surrounds Kaldir. The initial hit of either snowstorm roots enemies in the area, and Kaldir is restored to full health. The storms persist for 4 seconds while dealing damage to enemies every 0.5 seconds. So it has damage per tick, and the root duration goes up. The cooldown doesn't decrease. But yeah, this is pretty much what it looks like. Okay, so the dog's at 1 HP. It dies. You can ult. Right back at him. Yeah, so pretty much the thing that separates a good Skadi from a great Skadi is knowing when to use your 3 and how to use it properly, pretty much. Always try to use it when there are walls close to each other. Try to stay near walls, depending on what god you're up against. Okay, so at level 1, you're going to want to get the 1. It's your best source of wave clear. The 3 doesn't have a big enough radius to clear the back camp 2. On level 2, you're going to want to get the 3. It's pretty much like you have 3 abilities at level 2. You can use the dog, the 3, and the 1. Really strong. But yeah, at level 3, get the 1 so that way you can get that little dash. As I was saying before, that's actually huge. This is great poke, and it also makes it to where your boxing at level 3 is really, really strong. Level 4, you're going to want to get the 1. Level 5, ultimate. Level 6, the 1. Level 7, the 1. Level 8, the 3. Basically, the primary goal is whenever you can level up your ult, level it. And whenever you can level up your 1, level it. And after that, you max your 3. Oops, level 13, you were supposed to get ult, sorry. And then from that point on, max your ult whenever you can. And yeah, that's pretty much how you level up with Skadi. Okay, so on to the items for Skadi. We got Hunter's Blessing, Tier 1, Gauntlet, and then your health and mana potions. Or multi-potions, sorry. You can go into Transcendence, but I personally like Bloodforge. I think it gives you a way better early game. But after that, you go into Ninja Tabby. Ikival did just get buffed. Now, let me just read off the stats. It's $24.50. That's how much it sells for. Or you have to buy it. 30% attack speed, 30 physical power. Every successful basic attack increases your physical power by 15 and reduces the attack speed of your opponent by 10% for 5 seconds. Now this gives you 45 additional physical power, so it can add up to 75 physical power and reduce your opponent's attack speed by 30% for 5 seconds. This is the best snowball item up against ADC to ADC, whether it be you primarily playing against an auto attack based hunter. So Skadi versus Rama is a good example. Ikival is going to snowball you out of the game. They better hope that they have a team that can shut you down, because when you get this item, you pretty much win lane. So that's why I have it after this. So this is pretty much where I'm always going now. And then you can get Berserker Shield if you feel like you're getting focused a lot. It's a pretty strong item. It gives you percent pen. It also gives you additional attack speed, so that way you can burst people once you're low and you're in close range fights. But yeah, you can trade this for Crusher if you want to, but this is just generally a really good scaling item, especially if they have 3 physical on the enemy team, so that's why I went for this. If they have a Cthulhu or enemy teams building a lot of health, which most of the time they are, kin size is good. Otherwise, you can get Crusher in this slot. Like I said, this is pretty much interchangeable. And then you sell the Hunter's Blessing, and then you get Heartseeker. Let me just show you it. Look at that. That's disgusting. That's without ult. Without the dog. Let's say with the ult. Yeah. Yeah, after that, you can sell boots, get the speed potion. And then you can pretty much get double lifesteal if your team doesn't have any healing and they're not building anti-heal. This is probably the strongest build in the game if they don't build anti-heal for Skadi, in my opinion. Just depending... The thing that I try to tell everybody with the builds is it's so situational and every single build should change depending on what you're playing against. So I just try to give you guys options, sort of cookie cutter, let you guys know what's going on, but I can't possibly tell you every single build. It would take a really long time, and I don't want to make the video that long, because most people don't watch the whole thing anyway. Cold hard truth there. But yeah, that's pretty much how you build Skadi. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something. Let me know what you guys think of this style. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.